Hi everyone, myself Raj. Welcome to our show, and today we will discuss how to get your loan approved. To get your loan approved, first thing you need to understand what the lender wants or what the lender is looking for. Always be sure of the purpose for your loan. Then try to analyze your financial weakness, if there any. Like, have you overborrowed? Do you have any revolving credit accounts? Is your income to expense ratio is in good standing? Do you have any permanent source of income? Do you have enough savings or any freehold assets? If required, can you get a co-applicant guarantor? After analyzing yourself, if you have any of the weaknesses, then try to work on it. Do the recovery and then apply for a loan. To get a loan approved, you have to play smart, as approval for personal loan is never guaranteed. But you can make your application look so tempting that the lender can never refuse. If before application you can cover these few things, then chances of getting approval may increase. All your bills and payments should always be paid on time. No mispayments or late payments. You have, if you have any savings account, or if you have some amount of savings in your savings account, or at least if you have started saving, like depositing some amount in your savings account or in your TFSA or any kind of investment from your paycheck, that's a good thing. If you have some kind of freehold assets, then good, like a car that have got no lease or no car loan or any kind of assets if you're having, that's also a good thing. If you have a good full-time or part-time job, if you're having a part-time job, then that should have a guaranteed number of hours. Use the debt income to ratio formula to check your position. At the time of the application, make sure your debt to income ratio is below 36%. If not, then do not apply. For example, if you pay $900 a month for mortgage, $300 a month for personal loan, $300 a month for consumers loan, $100 a month for auto loan, and $400 for other expenses. Then your monthly debt payment or expenses are about $2,000. That is 900 plus 300 plus 300 plus 100 plus 400. If your gross monthly income is around $6,000, then your debt to income ratio is 33%. That is 2,000 divided by 6,000. And since debt income ratio is always in percentage, so we will multiply it with 100. That brings 33%. So make sure you use this formula to find out your debt to income ratio before applying for any loan. Making more money is another way to increase your chance of getting approved, because every dollar counts towards your DTI and will help you to get better interest rates and loan terms. So try finding a good job with better pay. Also, if required, do some side hustles to generate some extra income. And lastly, be wise in choosing the lender. Do not rush for a loan. Choose the lender who can offer you the best rates. If you can follow the above steps, surely you will have lots of open option with better rates. Even if you're applying for a mortgage loan, you don't need to go to an agent to do your application. You can prepare your application and submit it online or to a branch. It's simple and easy, and you can save a lot of money rather than going to an agent, mortgage agent especially. If you follow the below or the, I'm going to say, if you follow the steps that we are discussing, you can make or you can create your own application. First thing is filing the application, then signing the consent form and commitment letter. Like that means you can reach out to a lender and ask for the application and other things that need to be done for the formality of starting an application. Or you can go online to the website and check for the online application and fill the application. Then you have to gather the documents, what documents you need for a mortgage. The first thing is need is photo ID. You should have a valid government photo ID. Then you need a proof of income. Proof of income comes, you need like a current pay stub showing your income and yet to date income. Letter of employment on company letterhead, signed and dated, and the date should be within 60 days from the date of your application. That means if you're applying it today, the letter of employment should be within 60 days from today. Then a 90-day bank statement showing your payroll deposit. Then you can be asked for a T4 or W2 statement for the last 2 years, then tax returns for the last 2 years. And if you have a business income, then tax returns for business last 2 years, then financial statements and by an accountant or an auditor if incorporated, then proof of payments of GST if incorporated, then incorporation documents like article of association and business license, business account statement, then business credit report if incorporated, and proof of income taxes being up to date for your business. And if you have any other source of income or additional income, such as alimony or bonuses, you can add with your application. Then comes the process of employment verification. Lender will always do like a verify your pay stub. As you submit the pay stub and the letter of employment, the lender will be doing a verification like calling to your employer, confirming your employment and your income details. For businesses, you can make your application look strong by providing additional information like your income, location of business, nature of business, the financial strength of your business, and showing cash flows from your business to prove that your business can pay the payments. Then the proof of assets, like for down payment, how you're going to pay your down payment. So for the down payment and closing cost, you need to show the available funds or investments. Almost 20% down payment is required for most of the mortgages. Funds can be shown from your savings account, from your investment account, from seller property, or from gifts from your parents, siblings, or relatives. If you're showing funds from your savings account or investment account, then make sure you have a 90-day statement of all the accounts that you're showing. And also, if you deposit any funds of 10,000 or above, you have to show the source of that fund, from where where you're getting that fund. For example, you're getting 12,000 from somebody and you deposited it to your savings account. So you have to show the source of that $12,000 from where you're getting, why you're getting. So make sure if you have any transaction above 10,000, also add the show source. For funds from selling property, make sure you have the sale agreement. And for gifts, you need to sign a gift letter. The gift letter form you can get from the lender, like from the institution or the bank, from wherever you are. For applying, you can ask for a gift form. They will give it to you, and you can fill and sign it and submit it. Along with that, you need to give a bank statement showing the gift deposit too. And then comes the credit report. You have to allow the lender to pull your credit report. Also, before applying, make sure you have a good FECO score or a credit score. Generally, anything above 680 can get your job done. All lenders reserve the lowest rate for those borrowers who have a FECO score of 760 or above. Also, before applying, make sure you don't have too many revolving credits. account open, like credit cards or line of credit, because the lender can request you for closing a few of the revolving credit accounts before they approve your mortgage. And lastly, the property documents. You need the MLS and the agreement of purchase and sell, confirming the final purchase sale and the closing date. Financial institutions or the lenders generally prefer you to buy a property from a real estate agent, as generally the real estate agent provide all property information and documents. But if you're doing it by all yourself, then make sure you have a solicitor and share the details of your solicitor with the lender and collect all property documents like purchase and sale agreement, property condition disclosure statement, home inspection report, title search report, recent property tax receipt showing the amount of property tax. So it's very important you have all these criteria or all this documentation done before you go apply for your mortgage. And for this, you don't need an agent to do anything. You can fill your application, gather these documents, and can straightway go to the bank, or you can apply online also. Whereas I'm going to give you some more tips that may increase your chance of getting your loan approved. The first thing, you need to understand your credit score. Check your credit score before applying for any loan. Lender often use this information to assess your credit worthiness. A higher score can typically increase a chance of approval as well as lower rate of interest. So improve your credit score. If your credit score is less than ideal, take steps to improve it. It's easy. This may involve paying off outstanding debt, correcting errors on your credit report, and making timely payments. Do not miss your payment or do not be late in your payment. Determine your loan amount and the purpose. The most important thing is how much you need and what is the purpose for your need. Clearly define the purpose of the loan and determine the exact amount you need. Lenders will want to know how you plan to use these funds. Choose the right type of loan. That's very, very important. You need to choose exactly what loan you need, what type of loan you need. Select a loan that best suits your needs. Different loans have different eligibility criteria and requirements. Check your debt to income ratio. That's a very important thing. Lenders often consider your debt into income ratio, which is the amount of your monthly debt payment relative to your income. A lower ratio is generally more favorable. Gather necessary documentation. Prepare all the required documents before applying. This may include proof of income, tax return, employment verification, and other financial documents. So do not rush, work on your documents, and then go for application. Then shop around for the lenders. It's very, very important that you shop around. Do not rush for any loans. Keep your patience. Explore different lenders and loan options to find the best terms and interest. Compare offers and choose the one that's aligned with your financial situation. You need to always think which loan suits with your profile. You cannot take like all loans are not applicable. So you have to assess, you have to go around and check which best suits you. So that's one you have to select. Then provide accurate information. Be truthful and accurate with filling out your application. Inaccurate information can lead to delay or denials. Then secure collateral if applicable. If you're doing any kind of collateral loans, then if you're applying for a secured loan such as mortgage or a car loan, be prepared to offer collateral. This can improve your chances of approval. Build a relationship with the lender. If possible, establish a relationship with the lender before applying for a loan. Having a banking history with a financial institution can be very, very beneficial. Like if you are working with BMO or with RBC, you have started a checking account, open a savings account, start saving in that account for some time, like for 3 months, concentrate on saving. And then after 3 months, you have some savings, then you can ask for a loan or for a line of credit or whatever you're looking for. That will help the lender to see that you're targeting to do some savings. That would also be a positive gesture for you in getting a loan approval. Consider a co-signer. If your credit is not good or is less than perfect, try to find a co-signer with a strong credit history that may increase your chances of approval. Show the stability. Lender prefers borrowers with stable financial condition, like having a good job and residence can work in favor. Demonstrate repayment ability. Provide evidence of your ability to repay the loan. This could include a steady income, savings, or offer or other asset. Like I told you before, the most important thing is the repayment. The institution or the lender will check that do you have a good income? Do you have some kind of savings? Or do you have some kind of freehold assets? This would all be, if you have this, it's always been positive for you. Remember that each lender may have its own specific criteria. So it's essential to understand the requirement of the particular loan you're applying for. If your loan application is denied, consider asking the lender for feedback and ask why it is denied and work on improving your financial situation before applying again. Do not apply again until you work on your financial situation. If your application is denied, find out the reason, work on it, then only you apply. So this is all for today. Best of luck for your loan applications. And if you have any questions or anything, you can reach us. Our email address is Raj, RAJ, at meetquoteshack, MEETQUOTESHACK.com. Raj at meetquoteshack.com. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your day.